heard a politician call another politician a liar. It was a thing of beauty. I'd never heard it. So it then gave me cover. But he says so many things. You know, in the last election in South Carolina, the morning of the election, think of it. You think it's all done, and now you're going to wait around. You're going to have a nice, easy day. But tomorrow I'm going out to all the caucus sites, by the way, just in case you, okay? I'll be at a lot of them. And you better be there. If you're not there, I'm going to be so angry. I don't want to turn on the television and say, you know, Trump has the biggest crowds, the highest popularity. Everybody loves the job he's going to do, but his people were too damn lazy to go out and caucus, all right? Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't make me have a miserable evening. And then after this, you know what happens, right? After this, we have the whole SEC. We're going to do so great. We have Georgia, Tennessee. We have so many great ones. We have Texas. I think we're going to do very well in Texas, I think. Because, you know, the evangelicals were supposed to go with Cruz. They were supposed to go with Cruz. But you know what? Honestly, I won the evangelicals by a lot. You saw that, right? Actually, I won everything. I won short people, tall people. True. I won fat people, skinny people. I won highly educated, okay educated, and practically not educated at all. I love them all. I won the evangelicals big, and I won the military. The military I won big. Big. I won the vets. The vets, oh, those vets. I love those vets. We're going to take care of those vets. We are going to take care of our vets, right? These are the greatest people. I meet so many, the wounded warriors. I love these people. They have more courage, more guts, I hate to say it, than all of us put together. These are the most courageous, most incredible people. And they always have a smile on their face when I meet them. And boy, oh boy, oh boy, they've taken some shots, and they are amazing people. We got to take care of those people. Those people are great. We wouldn't be here if it wasn't for those people. And we're going to take care of them. We're going to straighten out that VA mess. We're going to straighten out that corrupt. How about this? It's hard to even believe. It's not even like a believable number. 22 suicides a day. No, think of it from the vets. 22 suicides. That's unthinkable. It's unthinkable. Look at the signs. Oh, that's so incredible. Wow. That's so incredible. I didn't know this. That is incredible. Who would think this? Who would think it's possible? That is absolutely incredible. I didn't know you were going to be doing that. That is good. So we're going to straighten out the vets. So vets, don't worry. We're coming. We're coming. We're going to straighten out a lot of things. We're going to get rid of Common Core. You know, we're last. We're getting rid of Common Core. We're going to make education local. Do you know in the world, top 30 in the world, we're number 30. That means we're at the bottom of the list, but we're number 1 in terms of cost per pupil, by far. Number 2 doesn't even exist. Number 2 is so far away it doesn't even exist. We're number 30, and yet we're number 1 in the cost per pupil, right? So let's look at my campaign. I spent a lot of money, but I spent by far the least amount of money, and I'm by far number 1, okay? Isn't that good? Somebody else, I won't mention, but they were nasty to me. They took $25 million in negative ads. Can you believe it? $25 million, one guy. $25 million, and then I'm supposed to say he's a nice person, right? And they were phony ads. Well, I have one going on now, Cruz. He's got an ad, something to do with I want to take away your land and I want to keep it in the federal government. And I don't even know what the hell they're talking about. It's an ad. It's a Cruz ad. It's a Cruz scam. I'll tell you, so the evangelicals didn't vote for him. You know why? Because they don't like liars. They're really smart people. They don't want to vote for a liar. But it is true. I have an ad running right now. It's a Cruz ad. Something to do with, and a couple of people told me this, that I am backing the federal government to keep the land that's currently owned by the federal government, and we should give that land to everybody and divvy it up or something. I'm saying to myself, well, it's not a subject I know anything about. It's a hell of an ad, but this is a Cruz ad. This guy is sick. There's something wrong with this guy. On Saturday, when we had the vote, in South Carolina, Saturday, I wake up, I figure this is going to be a nice, easy day. So I get hit with a call from my management people, who, by the way, did a fantastic job. Corey, Hope, everybody. They're fantastic. And I get hit early in the morning that somebody did a robocall, but Cruz denied it. I said, wow, that's strange. Who would do a this is the day of the election. You just sort of don't do that stuff you're not supposed to. But that I didn't mind. But the robocall had to do with the Confederate flag. This was not a good robocall to get at 8 o'clock in the morning. Then I had a second robocall at 12 o'clock. And the total lies, the whole thing was, I'll just tell you, I won't go into subject matter. A second robocall on election day. And it said, and this one had to do with gay marriage. And this goes to everybody in the area. This goes to everybody. South Carolina, incredible people. And I said, man, if I get hit with 2 robocalls like that, how can I possibly win? So I figured I was going to, how can you win? The people were so smart. And I won in a landslide. Can you believe that? We won in a landslide. I was going to tell you 2 other categories. I won with men, but that's not important to me. I won with women. That's very important. Very important. That. So we're doing really well. So we're sending a letter. We're sending a letter to Carrier. And in that letter, we're going to say that if I should win, we're going to come after you for a lot of money every time you send an air conditioner. We're sending a letter to Ford. I've been talking about Ford now for 2 years, right? Ford is building a $2.5 billion plant. I wish them a lot of luck. They're taking a lot of stuff out of Michigan and other places. Now, what's good, tell me, from our standpoint? We have these really stupid trade deals. Every deal we make is stupid. Whether it's Sergeant Bergdahl, where it's 5 for 1, and 5 or 6 people got killed looking for him. So we get a traitor, and they get 5 killers that they've coveted for years, for 9 years. We get 1, they get 5. Ours is no good. We could have it. Let's send them back, drop them right in the middle of the damn thing. Boom, fly over. Fly over. Fly over, drop them. Maybe you give them a parachute, maybe you don't. I don't know. Depends if we have an extra parachute. Probably we'd give him a parachute if we have an extra one around. But it wouldn't help him. He went out into that world. He didn't find it too comfortable, folks, They slapped him around pretty good. He thought he was going to go out. He'd be treated wonderfully. I think they slapped him around pretty good. He came back. He couldn't get back fast enough. 5, maybe 6, probably 6 people were killed looking for him. And we had a general and a colonel that went to see his platoon and went to see his group, and they all said he deserted. And we knew he deserted when we made the deal. Now, why would you make a deal for a deserter and give up 5 people who they most want, that are out trying to kill everybody, including us? Why would we give up? Why would we give up 5 killers? Why? For 1 dirty, rotten traitor. Because we have incompetent leadership. We have incompetent leadership. If they didn't know, that would be terrible. But knowing, it makes it, to me, even worse. Is that a correct statement, Mr. Navy, right? My man over there, he's shaking his head. He's going, yeah, there's a guy. There's a guy. I know my people. I know my people. And we're not going to make deals like that anymore. We're not making an Iran deal where we give them $150 billion and we get nothing. We get nothing. Think of it. Think of it. We go into the Iran deal. It started when? Years ago. How long have they been negotiating? They called up, one of the newspapers called up, Mr. Trump, how long should that deal have taken? One day, I said. They said, well, I said, maybe 1 week. Hasn't that been years? Like 3 years, 3.5 years? So we should have demanded the prisoners back before we start negotiation, right? And we would have gotten them. You ratchet up, and you get up and you say, listen, we are going to ratchet up those sanctions. We want our prisoners back. You leave. You had to walk. They never walked from that deal. We were ridiculed in that deal. And then even at the end, as bad as the deal was, the worst thing that ever happened to Israel, that I can tell you, that deal is a disaster for Israel. The worst. The deal is no good. It's going to lead to nuclear proliferation. They're going to have nukes. They don't even have to develop them. They can buy them with $150 billion and have a lot of money left over. And where are they spending the 150? So they're not buying Boeing. They're not buying Boeing. They just ordered 118 Airbus jets made in Europe. They ordered missiles. I didn't know they could buy missiles. They ordered missiles from Russia, and they're all over Europe spending that money. The United States gets nothing. And then 2 days before we sent most of the money, they attack us, and they put our 10 sailors in a begging position on their knees with their hands up, with a guy with a rough mouth, a rough guy with a rough mouth, I'd like to smack the hell out of him. And he's barking orders like he's a big shot, and they have rifles at their heads. And this is our friends. And Obama addresses their leader as the supreme leader. And he says the supreme leader. And Obama refuses to issue the words radical Islamic terrorism. And when I call for a boycott, we're doing that out of intelligence. We're doing that because we want to keep our country strong and safe. And we have no choice. Believe me. So we have some amazing things going on in this country, but we're going to make it so strong. We're going to make it so strong. One of the things I most look forward to doing is taking our military and just reworking it, getting the equipment they want, not equipment that was gotten for political gain by some guy that has control of a company that's good with the senators, some of whom I'm running against, okay? We are going to make it so strong. All right, so here's what we do. We are going to now talk for 2 seconds about Obamacare, because it is a subject that's very close to my heart, and it's killing our country. It's going to fail of its own weight by 17. It's going to fail of its own weight. It's going down, folks. It's going down. It's going to fail like you've never seen. But the Republicans, unless I'm there, will come and bail it out, because they always bail it out. They bailed it out with this horrible budget from 4 weeks ago. Obamacare is going to be repealed and replaced. Obamacare. We're going to have a strong country again, and Obamacare has to go. We can't afford it. It's no good. You're going to end up with great health care for a fraction of the price, and that's going to take place immediately after we go in, okay? Immediately. Fast. Quick. What? Okay, it's not working for you, right? Not working. Okay. It's, by the way, it's not, does it work for anybody? Let me ask you. Does it work for anybody? Nobody. We get it changed. We get it changed. We get it fixed. It'll be beautiful. It'll be beautiful. No, it doesn't. It doesn't.